A very good afternoon, dear students. The thought of the day is there is no elevator to success. You have to take the steps. Means there is no shortcut of success. Yeah? Don't focus on the shortcuts. Just focus on your efforts to achieve the success. And of course, ultimately, if you are doing the hard work, if you are focusing on your aim, then ultimately you are becoming the successful person in your life. This is the lecture for the subject Banking, Insurance and Financial Services. I, Professor Sonal Agrawal, welcome you all on the digital lecture of the Agrawal Vidya Vihar English Medium College. In the last lecture, we have started with the types of the life insurance policies. As we discussed in the last lecture, that all the types of life insurance policy is bifurcated according to the elements that the life insurance policy covers. And they are bifurcated into the two categories. The first one is the death cover plans and the second one is the risk cover plans. Death cover plans, it is for the whole life of the customer. Till the whole life the customer has to pay the premium, means it is your whole life policy. And the second one, risk cover plan. This types of plan will cover the risk for a particular time period only. Means this is your endowment policy. Then we have started with the meaning of whole life policy. We have discussed the basic elements of that what are the conditions that person has to be fulfilled at the time of the work, taking the whole life policy. Then we have discussed the advantages and disadvantages of the whole life policy. And after it, we have started with the types of the whole life policy. We have discussed these all types in detail. But as per my opinion, I should repeat the last one again because I think it is something little bit difficult for some of the students to understand it. Just take the screenshot of this. I am going to explain in the last. Now I am going to start with you with the endowment policy. As we discussed, the meaning of endowment policy is that if a person has taken an endowment policy, then the person has to pay the amount of premium for a particular time period only, and the amount of the insurance policy, or you can say the assured sum, will be payable at the time of the death of the person or at the time of the maturity period, whichever is earlier. You can see that on screen the basic aim is that the policy become matured on the policyholder's death, means if the death occurs, or on attaining a particular age, whichever is earlier, means after a completion of a particular time period, whichever is earlier, the insurance company has to pay the amount of policy. Of course, it is for a particular time period. So, of course, the premium will be high compared to the whole life policy. Why? Because in the whole life policy, a customer has to pay the premium till the person is alive. Means the payment time for the premium is longer. So, the amount of premium is low in case of whole life policy. But here, endowment policy, the person has to pay the premium for a particular time only, for the particular years only. Then, of course, the premium rate is high as compared to the whole life policy. This type of policy provides the benefit to the family members also, and the benefit of investment to the person also. How it is so? If the person is, suppose the person has taken an endowment policy for 50 years. After completion of 50 years of the policy time period, if the person is alive, then in the case of old age, the person is able to enjoy the amount. Yes, so this is a type of investment. And if the person dies before the maturity date, then the family member is going to get the amount. So this is a type of protection. And this types of protection is available in case of whole life policy also, but the element of investment is not available in case of whole life policy. So these types of endowment policy provides the both of the benefit. Which are they? The benefit of the protection to the family members and the benefit of the amount if the person is able to live after the maturity date. As I have written on the last line that it is more an investment type than the whole life policy. The elements of whole life policy is available here also. The benefit that the protection to the family members. This benefit is also available here. But what are the additional benefit? This is the type of investment also. If the person alive, then in case of old age, the person is able to enjoy the amount of the policy. So this is investment plus security. And whole life policy is just a security to family members. It is not a investment. Then we just discussed about the advantages of the endowment policy. What are the advantages of the endowment policy? First advantage is assured if he is lived for the endowment period gets the assured sum and can maintain his old age easily. Just now I discussed disadvantages that if a person has taken an endowment policy and if the person is alive after the maturity date, then the person is able to get the amount at the time of maturity date. Suppose example, the person has taken an endowment policy in the year of 2010 for 50 years. So in the year of 2016, if the person is alive, then the person is able to get the amount of the insurance policy. And after 2060, in case of old age, the person become the old person. There is no source of income, so the person can enjoy the amount of policy. So the person is able to maintain the old age very easily with the dignity and without depending on someone. The second advantage is it provides the protection to the insured in his old age or to the family members in case of death of the person or death of the insured. This is also we have discussed just now that if the person is alive, then the person is able to maintain the old age. Why? Because after the maturity date, the person is eligible or entitled to get the amount. But if the person is to die before the maturity date, the same example that the person has taken an endowment policy in the year of 2010 for 50 years, means the maturity year is 2060. But if the person dies in the year of 2055, then the family member is also able to get the advantages of the insurance policy. Amount of the insurance policy will be given to the family members of the insured. So this is a type of investment also if the person leave after 2060, and it is a type of protection to the family member also if the person dies before the maturity date. The next is future expenses can be met with it. If the person wants to make with any future expenses in the old age, so the person is able to get the amount. How? Suppose the person wants to do the marriage of children, renovation of house. This requires a huge amount. In the old age, as we discussed, that there is no source of income or limited source of income, so how to meet this type of expenses. So if the person wants to meet the future expenses, then the person is able to meet with the help of this amount after the maturity date. And it is better for investment purpose also. As we said, if you want to plan about your old age after retirement age and with the security of family members also, this is the best plan, endowment plan. Because if you alive as a customer, then it is an investment for you. And if the person is not alive, then it is a protection to the family members also. This is something best plan compared to the whole life policy if you are able to pay the little bit high premium compared to the whole life policy. The premium is the difference. The disadvantages is mentioned the same, that the premium rate is high as compared to the whole life policy. Why? Because some other advantages are given in the endowment policies which are not available in case of whole life policy. So of course the premium rate will be the higher as compared to the whole life policy. This is the disadvantages of endowment policy. I hope advantages and disadvantages are clear. Now let us start with the types of the endowment policy. The first type is the joint life endowment policy. So many types of endowment policies are there. The first one is the joint life endowment policies. First thing, it covers joint life means the name says this is the endowment policy for more than one person. So this type of policy is meant for the husband and wife, or this is also taken by the business partner. And the sum assured means the amount of the insurance policy. Whenever I am using sum assured means the amount of insurance. Amount of insurance is payable at the time of maturity date or at the time of death of any sick person In case of husband and wife, in case of death of any person, if you are a business partner, so in case of death of any partner, whichever is earlier, the death or the maturity date. Whichever is earlier, the amount is going to be paid by the insurance company to the person. Next, the minimum sum assured must be 2000 rupees. Again, the repeating the same line that whenever the topic is about the rupees, is the sum assured or the minimum and the maximum limits. This limit is not a universal limit for all the insurance companies. The limit changed from company to company. The policy was withdrawn. This policy was banned, or you can say the withdrawn by the insurance for companies in the year of 1960. But the same policy with the new name, that the new name is the Jeevan Sathi policy, started by the life insurance company afterwards. Now, what is the Jeevan Sathi policy? The Jeevan Sathi policy is meant for the husband and wife for the period of 50, 20, or 25 years. The minimum sum assured is same 5,000 and the maximum is 1 lakh rupees. And again repeating the same, this limit is not same for all the insurance companies. If anyone dies, then the sum assured will be given to the existing partner, and if both the partners are died in accident or due to any other reason, then the sum assured will be payable to the legal heirs of the persons. And if both the partners are alive till the maturity date, of course the sum assured will be paid with the bonus to both of them. The next one is the pure endowment policies. Pure endowment policies means whatever we discussed, the basic rules of the endowment policy, all the rules are applicable here. First thing, sum assured will be payable only if the assured survives up to maturity period. If assured is not survive till the maturity period, then the amount of premium will be payable to the beneficiary and not the assured sum. Just focus on the second line. If the person dies before the maturity date, then only the amount of premium which is paid by the beneficiary will be paid to the legal heirs, not the assured sum. Suppose a person has taken an endowment policy of 10 lakh rupees for 50 years. After paying the installment of suppose 1 or 2 lakhs, just the person dies. Then the legal heirs are able to get the compensation of 2 lakhs only, get the amount of 2 lakhs only and not the amount of policy that the person has taken. Why? Because this is the rule of pure endowment policy. Till the maturity date, it is compulsory that the person has to be alive. So it is just the opposite of the whole life policy. The minimum sum assured must be 5,000 and the maximum time limit is allowed is 25 years. Means at the time of taking the policy, from commencement of the policy, the person must be alive for 25 years. Otherwise, only the amount of premium will be payable to the beneficiary. The next one is the ordinary endowment policy. What do you mean by ordinary endowment policies? These policies covers the family protection also as well as the endowment also, investment also. As we discussed in the definition part of the endowment, that it is family protection plus investment. So this is also, your endowment policy is also called the ordinary endowment policy. This is taken for the specific term and the sum assured is paid either on the death of the person or at the time of maturity date, whichever is earlier. First thing, it is for a particular time period only. The time period is predetermined at the time of taking the policy. The sum assured is predetermined at the time of taking the policies, and the amount of the sum assured will be payable in two conditions. First thing, the death of the assured, and the second thing, on the maturity date, whichever is earlier from these two. This policy allows the granting of loan and surrender value also. What do you mean by granting of loan? If the person wants to take the loan on the security of some of the property, and if the person wants to keep this policy as the security with the bank, then the person is able to get the loan on the basis of security of this policy. Why? Because the person is going to get the amount 110% in two cases, whether on the death or on the maturity date. So person is able to get the loan also on the security of this policy. And second one is the surrender value. If the person wants to surrender the policy before the maturity date to get the amount due to any reason, if the person wants the money, so the person can surrender the policy before maturity date also. This terms is also available in case of ordinary endowment policy. And of course, the rate of premium is high as compared to the whole life policy. The next one is the double endowment policy. This policy provides the sum assured if the assured dies during the selected term. Something is different here. Here the policy provides the sum assured. When they provide if the assured dies during the selected term. If the assured survives the whole selected term, then the double amount of the assured sum is to be paid. It is a type of challenge, you can say. Suppose you have taken a policy for 50 years. If you dies and you have taken a policy of suppose 10 lakh rupees, then if the person dies, we focus here, 10 lakh rupees is the amount of the policy and 50 years is the time period of the challenge. If the person dies before 50 years of the policy, then the amount of policy, that is the 10 lakh rupees, will be given to the family member of the customer. But if the person survives up to the 50 years of the policy, then the double amount of the assured sum means 10 lakh into 2, 20 lakh will be given to the assured person. So this is a double endowment policy. This is the type of challenge. This policy provides the benefit of family protection in case of death and of course the payment of double sum if the assured survives. Suppose if a person has taken endowment policy in the age of 30 years or 50 years, so the person has to be alive till the age of 80 years because 30 is the already age of the person when the person has taken the policy plus 50 years of the policy time period. The 30 plus 15 is the person has to survive for 80 years. And the minimum sum assured is 1,000 rupees and the maximum limit of the age is 65 years. Then fixed term, or you can say the marriage endowment policy. This policy is suitable for the person wishing to make a provision for the marriage of any of the family members. Suppose the father wants to make the provision for the marriage of children, the brother wants to make the provision for the marriage of sister. Anyone if wants to make the provision with the objective of marriage of any family member, then the person can go for this type of policy. Payment of the premium ceases with the death of the proposer. Suppose the father has taken this type of policy for children, and if the father dies, now there is no need to pay the premium. Yeah? And the full assured sum will be paid without profit to the person for whom the policy is taken. Yes, suppose the father has taken the policy for the daughter, then the assured sum will be paid to the daughter. If the brother has taken the policy for sister, then the assured sum will be paid to the sister. So the amount will be paid to whom for whom the policy is taken. And after the death of the customer, no need to pay the further premium. Here, assured sum is usually given to the person to whom the provision is made in case of death of the assured. This is already what I said. The next is the educational annuity policy. The terminology specifies itself that it is something which is related with the education. Annuity means annual policy. Clear? Okay, now it is related with the education. If the person wants to make the provision regarding the education of the children, then the person can go for this types of policy. Here again the same rule as the same as the in case of marriage. Here also if the person dies, then there is no need to pay the further premium and the amount of the policy again given to the same for whom the policy is taken. Here assured sum is not paid in one time. In case of marriage, here the assured sum is paid at a time to the person, means in a single installment to the person. But here, in case of educational policy, the assured sum is paid in 10 equal half-yearly installment to the customer or to the person for whom the policy is taken. Here the assured sum is not paid to the person in a single premium or in a single installment. Suppose the father has taken the educational policy for children and if the father dies, in that case, the amount of the insurance policy will be given to the children in 10 equal half-yearly installment. The maximum age to take this policy is 60 years and the endowment period is 5 to 25 years. Endowment period means, what do you mean by here endowment period? The amount that the assured sum is to be paid to the person for whom the policy is taken. I said that the person is able to get the amount either 10 equal half yearly installments. That 10 equal half yearly installments means the 5 years are required. That 5 years are between the 5 to 25 years. Here minimum sum assured is rupees 10,000. Again the same limit, say this is the not the limit for all the insurance company, differ from customer to company to company. Then the triple benefit policy. The name says that three benefits are there in this types of policy. This policy is more suitable for the purpose of paying housing loan. If you want to pay the housing loan, so you can go for this types of policy. If the assured dies during the term of the policies, then the premium are to be paid only up to that. Then if till the person is alive, the person has to pay the premium. The policy is issued for a fixed period. The period is also not so much longer one. It may be for 15, 20 or 25 years. What are the three benefits that the person is getting? The first benefit is 15 to 20% sum assured shall be payable upon the death of the assured. If the assured dies, then 15 to 20% sum assured will be given to the family members. Sum assured shall also be payable in addition to the above provision at the end of the term. Here maturity date is different and the death is different. Here, if the person dies, then only 15 to 20% will be given to the family members. And after the maturity date, the full amount will be given to the family members. And in case of the survival of the assured, after the maturity date, in addition of above two benefits, first benefit and the second benefit is already there. Again, the equal sum is also payable after the death of the person. Means 100% payable at the time of maturity also, and 100% is payable at the time of death of the person also. So this is a triple benefit policy. Three types of benefit the person can get. The first benefit is related with if the person dies before the maturity date, and the third benefit is related if the person dies after the maturity date. And the second benefit is related with the maturity date. Here, again I am repeating three benefits. The first one is if the person dies before the maturity date. The second one on the maturity date. The third one after the maturity date. Here, so these three types of the benefit the person is able to get. The next one is the anticipated benefit policies. Under these policies, half of the sum assured will be paid by predefined installment and the remaining amount is paid at the end of the term. That's why it is known as the anticipated benefit policy. Why? Because if you have taken the policy of 10 lakh rupees, then 5 lakh rupees will be paid to you also as a customer in the form of installment, and the remaining amount means remaining 5 lakh will be paid at the end of the maturity date. If the assured dies during the term of the policy, then the full assured sum will be payable to the highest. Here, if the person dies, suppose before getting the 5 lakh rupees in the form of the installment, if the person dies, then full amount of the insurance will be given to the family members, or you can say the legal heirs of the assured. Premium are to be paid up to the end of the term, till whichever you have decided, or up to the death, whichever is earlier, of course, because not the family member is going to pay the premium. Only the customer has to pay the premium. So up to the person is alive till that time, or up to the maturity date, whichever is earlier, the customer has to pay the premium. This can be issued for 50 years, 15 years, 20 years, or 25 years. This means these policies can be taken by the customer for 15 to 25 years. Schedule of payment is given if you have taken the policy for 15 years. As I said that 50% of amount, just focus on the first line. Half of the sum means 50% of the sum assured will be paid to you as a customer in the form of installment. So this is the rules about the installment. If you have taken the policy for 15 years, if you have taken the policy for 20 years, or if you have taken the policy for 25 years, the mode of the installment is given, that how much of the amount you are able to get. The next one is the multi-purpose policy. The name says if you want to cover more than one purpose, if you want the protection for more than one purpose, then you can go for these policies. If you want the protection of your family members also, examples are given that the education of your children also, marriage of your anyone of the family members also, you want to pay the housing loan also. So many purposes you require the policy, then you can go for the multi-purpose policy. Yeah, of course, if it is covering your more than one purpose, so of course the rate of premium, that the premium amount will be high. The next one is the children deferred endowment policies. These types of policies you require as the protection of your children. But the compulsory one that your children must be below the age of 18 years means your children must be a minor one. Then what you have to do? You have to start the policy for your children. As a parent or as a guardian, you have to pay the premiums in behalf of the children, and this is the cheapest one. Why? Because the risk factor that is attached with the life of assured person, here the assured person is the children, life of the children. So the risk level is low, so the amount of premium is also low. In case of death of the parent or the guardian, now no need to pay the premium and the amount will be paid to the children. Yeah, and if the children dies, suppose if the children dies for whom the policy is taken, then the policy become void. Then because now there is no risk if the person dies, though the premium will be given back to the guardian or parents. Next one is the new Jan Raksha plan. This policy permits the flexibility in payment of premium. Why? Because it is useful for those types of person who don't have any regular source of income. If your source of income is not regular, you are uncertain that whether you are able to pay the premium or not, then you can go for this types of policy. This policy permits if you are not able to pay the premium up to the time of 3 years, even though the premium continues, and you can pay the remaining premium afterwards also. So if you are not having any regular source of income, so you can go for this types of policy. The minimum sum assured is 5,000 rupees and the maximum age that you can take the policy is 70 years. This is the end of the types of the whole life endowment policies. We discussed the types of the whole life policies also. We discussed the types of endowment policies also. As I said earlier that I am going to discuss one the type of the whole life policy in the last. So I am going to start with that topic. Anticipated whole life policies. I hope you are able that how it is going to give you the double benefit. Please focus on the calculation. I want to repeat just the calculation here. The calculation source says that if you have taken the policy for 20 years, then at the end of the 5 years, you are able to get the installment of 12.5% of sum assured, and the remaining 50% will be given after maturity date. So here if you are an assured person, then 20 years policy you have taken, and installment will be given at the end of the 5 years, means total 4 installment will be given to you. 20 by 5 means 4 installment. That 4 installments will be given to you at the time they are going to give you the 12.5% of the assured sum amount, means 12.5% into 4 times. So you are able to get the 50% of the assured sum amount. The remaining 50% will be given at the time of maturity date, and 100% will be given at the time of your death to the family members. Means 50% in the form of installment, 50% at the time of maturity, and 100% at the time of death. Means total 200% you are going to get. That's why it is known as the double benefit policy. Okay, if you have taken the policy for 25 years, then in the form of the installment, you are able to get the 10%. So 25 years, gap is 5 years, so totally you are going to get the 5 times installment or 5 times payment. 5 in the 5 times payment, you are able to get the 10% of the assured sum. So the total will be 50% of the assured sum. The remaining 50% you are going to get at the time of maturity. So 50% in the form of installment, 50% at the time of maturity, and the remaining 100% at the time of death. So total 200% you are going to get. So that's why this is known as a double benefit policy. Now I hope it is clear to you all. In the today's lecture, what we did, we revised the topic of the whole life anticipated whole life policy that is left in the last lecture. Okay. Then here you can see some of the practical example I have mentioned here for whole life policies. That is the ICICI True Whole Life Policy, Max Whole Life Policy Super, IDBI Federal Life Insurance Whole Life Saving Insurance Plan, SBI Life Shubh Nivesh, and the LIC Whole Life Policy. If you want to search about any whole life policy that practically you can take, so what you have to do, just Google the whole life policy, and the Google will show you the different product in the form of whole life policies from the different insurance companies that you are able to get. If you want to take the endowment plan, then just write on the Google that endowment plans or endowment life insurance. Then in the Google will show you the different product that is available at the form of the endowment plan via different insurance companies. So this is all about the whole life policies and endowment plans we have covered in this lecture. I hope you have understood all the points. If you are not able to understand, because what is there in this all the points, just rules are there. If you have taken this types of policy, then this rules is going to be followed. If you have taken this policy, then these are the rules. So you have to just remember the rules that in this types of policy, what the rules has to be followed. If you are able to remember the rules, then the topic is over. Yeah, this is so simple topic. Just read it twice at your home. Just read it twice, and I am giving you surety that you are able to understand the topic. Till then, stay home, stay safe. We are going to meet in next lecture. Thank you.